Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video. We are back on the Afterlife SMP, and in the last episode we organised our storage room to be how we want to store our items for the season, and I have actually moved everything over, as you can see in the chests. So I have no more storage in our little starter base over there, and it is all moved over, but it is looking a little bit ugly at the moment. I do want to decorate this place out to make it look a little bit nicer, and I did finally change these out from planks to logs. I added in a cobweb for mob drops and a few other things that I was missing, but yeah, it does look a little bit strange, especially since it is just floating on this stone block here on its own, and I have a bit of a design in mind and it will look strange again from the outside, but remember this will be all covered up with a mountain eventually, so but hopefully it'll look cool from the inside. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start the episode off. I need to go gather some materials and then we'll get to working on a decoration for this room. And there we go, we have ourselves a storage room decorated out in the style of a fantasy cavern or cave. I'm using some of the amethyst crystals in the ceiling, some of the glowberries for extra lighting, and I think it turned out great. I think it works, all of these different blocks and materials. I was worried it was going to look a little bit strange having so many different colours, but I think it works out fine in here. There's so much going on. I've added a few campfires as well to add in that atmosphere. And yeah, I really like it, so you can let me know down in the comments what you think. You may have noticed that we do have this here, and you've probably guessed already, but we're actually going to have a map in this area, so I'm going to try and get a 3x3 map of our entire area and put it down here. So let's go and craft up some maps and put it there. We can update it as we go through the season, and we'll see the changes from where we are at the moment until when it's actually finished up and constructed. And just like that, our map is now here, so let's cover this back up with the glass and we can take a look. So it covers the area quite well with a 3x3. It actually turned out, it wasn't planned, but it turned out good. So obviously we have our farm up the top there, then we come down the path, and then we have our little starter base, we have the bridge. I orientated this way as I think we'll be in the storage room facing this way most of the time. So it is turned 90 degrees from where it actually would be, but eventually in these rocky areas right there where I'm standing is going to be our main castle mountain base. Then we'll have the village all in this middle section here, a few things on the outskirts for potentially like a quarry industrial zone here, and then probably nothing up in the forest, but yeah, pretty cool. I think it's a cool little feature in the centre of our storage room, and I'm pretty happy with what we have so far, and I'm also happy that it is all stocked up and ready to use. So with the decoration all done for our little storage room here, I think it's time that we actually try and earn some diamonds, as I've been here for a while now and I don't yet currently have a shop in the shopping district. But the shopping district is a place of many shops and many things for sale. In fact, most things that people would want to buy are for sale over there at the moment. And I thought that probably the best way to make some quick diamonds is to build up a farm or something that is not currently being sold. And that is some tridents. and possibly even nautilus shells. So I want to build up a drowned farm today. That way hopefully we can get a few tridents and build ourselves our very first shop over in the shopping district over there. So I've picked out an area to build our trident farm. But before we get started, there's a few things I need to take care of. First of all, we need to gather some diamonds so we can go and visit the shopping district. While at the shopping district, we need a ton of wood, so we will head to Puffing Fish's handy dandy log shop and buy all of this oak wood, before heading to the nether, gathering up some soul sand, and finally gathering ice from the frozen lakes to the north. So we have made it over here to the area that I'm going to build up this drowned farm, and as you see I've laid out this platform and it is pretty large. The river underneath of here is where they'll be spawning in. So drowned can actually spawn, or they spawn more frequently in river biomes than they do in the ocean, and they can also spawn above I believe Y56, whereas in oceans I think it is only below that. So I've marked out this river here. The platform is a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but the river doesn't really follow a straight path. It kind of bends in and out a little bit. So this platform does cover all of what it needs to and a little bit more. That way I definitely will get all of the spawning areas and a few extra places probably on the sides. But as you can imagine, this is going to be quite a large brick of stone. I have all of the stone I need in here in these chests and everything else here. Basically I'm going to have a large cuboid structure here filled with water. The soul sand will be bubble columns pushing any drowned up that spawn, and they'll eventually end up in a little killing chamber in front of me so I can kill them with my looting 3 sword. So I think there is no way to put this off any longer, and I'm going to have to place in, I think it's like 10,000 stone. If we just take a look inside of my schematic here, yep, we have 10,000 stone to place down, around about 1,000 fence gates, and then I already have the soul sand in place. So let us get started and hopefully we can get this done today. Little update with where we are with the drowned farm. As you see, I'm splitting in the ice now, and this is going to be just so I don't need to use source blocks of water with buckets and things. I can just use regular ice to break it away. That'll flow all down there, and then I do need to place in the kelp and things, grow that up to get source blocks all in this thing. But as you can see, it is pretty large. And there we go, it's not fully finished yet, it's still got to go to there, and then have the bit at the top for me to AFK and things. But yeah, it's pretty ugly, big box, and I won't be decorating it out as it is far too large, so hopefully no one comes to this area. I think it's far enough away from everyone that no one should really be over here and notice it. There is a little witch hut there that I could potentially actually build into a farm in the future. So I might think about doing that and just using this area as more of a farming area of such. But I'm going to put in the rest of this ice, build up the rest of the structure. I do need to put all the fence gates in, which is something I am not looking forward to, but that is probably the next task after I do this for the ice. Yes, this is as painful as it looks. These fence gates are not a fun thing to place on here. And here we see a herd of fence gates, gathered in their natural habitat, ready to stop some flowing water. Don't know. But what I do know is that the fence gates are now all in place, and it is a little bit trippy to look at. There is a lot of fence gates here, and I'm not sure, I probably don't even need them, to be honest with you. Just the way I designed this up, it uses these fence gates to prevent the water at the top that's going to flush the drowned down into this little area here from interacting with the bubble columns down at the bottom. So they get pushed up, then they get flushed down into this channel, and then pushed along all the way to here, and then it'll eventually end up in another bubble elevator that will take them up where I can actually kill them with my sword here. So with that all done, it's time to finish up the rest of the stone structure, build up this water elevator, and then the dreaded task of removing this ice and placing in all of the kelp to make that source blocks. And welcome back. About 4 hours later, I finally got all of the water and the kelp and things in place. That is a big massive water column block, and I actually see a little guy there with a trident. I think he's fighting that water current because he's seen me a second ago, but normally I think they'll just get pushed quite easily over this little gap here, and there's kelp just absolutely everywhere from when I was putting this in place. As you see, I've also built up this tower. So if we take a fly up, and it is again nothing fancy at all. It is pretty ugly actually, but we can come in here. There is hoppers underneath of these soul sand blocks, as well as us just getting items, and this thing should just go in this chest from this hoppers under there. And yeah, we just need to wait here and hopefully get some bad guys to spawn down below and get transported up. The last thing I need to do is put in a roof over this little guy there. See, they are flowing a lot better now. They're not fighting with the water current. I've not yet put in the kelp for this water elevator that takes them up, so we won't see them just yet, but I'll finalise those few things and then we'll do a little bit of AFKing to see just how many drowned we are actually going to get spawning here. Alright, so it's been just under 30 minutes, and as you see, the rates are pretty good on this. No one is online at the moment, so it is just me, which means that the rates should be higher as no mobs are spawning anywhere else in the world. And yeah, as you see, they are coming in pretty quickly. So decent rates here, and I think that means we can check out the chest. Like I said, it's just under 30 minutes. So we can take a look if I got anything. I've got a couple of things on me as well. And there we go, we have 3 tridents in 30 minutes, 8 nautilus shells, and actually a little byproduct I forgot all about that we would get is this copper here, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm glad it works, as it took me a very long time to construct this absolute monstrosity here. So there we go, we have ourselves some tridents that we can now start selling. So hopefully in the next episode we can set up a shop in the shopping district to sell these tridents, the nautilus shells, and anything else that we can think of in our store. As you can see here, got the tridents all fully enchanted with Unbreaking 3 and Mending fully repaired as well. That way everyone can put on whatever enchants that they want. So with that, I think we're at the end of the video, guys. I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, a little bit different, and like I said, hopefully we can build up a shop in the next one. So if you're looking forward to that, hit that like button, let me know what you think for prices for the shop in the next episode. And with that, I want to say thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.